From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
It's Wednesday, October 7th, and right now on Good Morning Indiana. Flu season is here, and keeping your family safe during the pandemic is crucial. Working for you, our Kelsey Anderson shows us how you can get the flu shot in Marion County today. Your ballot could be at risk here in the Indiana election.
If there is a malfunction or there's been a breach, it will not even pick it up.
Concerns being raised by a new study and why Indiana is still using vulnerable voting machines. And a teen driven to go fast was stopped in his tracks with his racing machine stolen. His plea to thieves and what one friend did that he'll never forget. And we have a jam-packed hour of news for you coming up here on Good Morning Indiana. Thanks for joining our team on this Wednesday. Raphael, we've made it halfway through the work week.
Lauren, good morning. No need to travel to Florida today because Kyle Mounts today we will be the Sunshine State.
We will, and you're going to need that SPF out there today because we have total sunshine in the forecast, Lauren and Raphael, and some very mild temperatures. Even this morning, not as cool as when you were heading out the door yesterday. We've got numbers in the 50s, even close to 60 degrees right now in Bloomington. It's 54 downtown and 58 in Lafayette. Just a little bit of a southwest breeze out there this morning. Big picture on the satellite and radar, though, shows that things are very quiet. There are some showers up across Michigan. Those will be staying off to our north, so once again we are going to have some dry weather. Area of high pressure, we're getting the backside of that, so we're getting that southwest wind ahead of a frontal system that will sweep through later today, but all we're going to see out of that is really a wind shift. Temperatures up and away. 10 a.m. we're in the lower 60s. We'll find those numbers for the lunch hour, lower 70s, and highs today, Lauren, right around 80 degrees.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Let's take a look at traffic right now. Things have been pretty quiet so far for your Wednesday, and that's the case right here on the east side. This is I-70 at Emerson Avenue, where traffic's moving along smoothly, both eastbound and westbound. No crashes, no delays to slow you down. Raphael.
And Lauren, right now we are following some breaking news into the WRTV newsroom. Police investigating a homicide after a shooting overnight. Here are the details as we have them right now. We're told that the victim walked into a hospital around 12:30 this morning with gunshot wounds. The victim later died. Investigators believe the shooting happened at a different location, but so far police have been unable to find that crime scene. If you have any information about this breaking news story, you're being asked to call police right now by reaching them through Crime Stoppers. Your call can remain anonymous. That number to call, 317-262-TIPS.
And there is a call for people to get their flu shot this season to avoid any confusion with COVID-19 symptoms. WRTV's own Kelsey Anderson joining us live this morning, focused on you and your family's health. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Lauren. So if you are in need of a flu shot, you are in luck because today Marion County Health Department is giving those flu shots for very cheap here at Old Bethel United Methodist Church. They're doing this because they want to keep hospital beds, empty amid COVID-19 and the flu season. So today goes from 9 to noon today, and flu shots through the health department are just $20, and children younger than 2 years old can get vaccinated for free. Medicare and Medicaid are accepted, and health experts say getting a flu vaccine is even more important this year to help avoid the possibility of hospitals getting overwhelmed with flu and COVID patients.
We are entering our flu season, and so we're urging all Indianapolis residents to sleeve up and get their flu shot. Well, I'm just so grateful you did.
Now, this clinic is available on a walk-in basis, and of course, you must maintain social distancing and face coverings are required. And of course, as always, they recommend you wear loose-fitting clothing. That way you can easily roll up your sleeve and get that flu shot. Now, if you can't make it today, there are other opportunities to get this flu shot through the health department. One on October 18th and another on October 22nd. We've got more information on those days for you over on WRTV.com. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you. It is 6:05. Long lines outside of polling locations show that the early voting numbers could break records this election season. Early voting opened up here in Indiana yesterday with more than 1,200 people voting right here in Marion County. The U.S. elections projection reports more than 3.8 million Americans have already cast their ballot. At this time in 2016, that number was only at 75,000. The increase also coming with many states expanding their their mail-in voting options and early voting options amid this pandemic, making it a little more accessible.
Lauren, this morning a new study out of Indiana University raising concerns with paperless voting machines now being used in 52 counties right here in our state. Indiana is one of only 8 states that will use paperless voting machines this election. The IU Public Policy Institute says those older paperless voting machines could pose risks, security risks, in the upcoming election. The newer machines use a combination of electronic touchscreen technology, which then produces a paper printout to verify your vote, should it be necessary to cross-reference. The older machines do not print that ballot. That means if there is a possible glitch or a possible hack, there would be no way of knowing.
It could be detrimental, because we wouldn't know if our election has been tampered with. There has been any malfunction. There would be no way for us to know. And without a paper trail, we couldn't even cross-check.
So right now, it is too late to make any changes for this upcoming election. Last year, a federal lawsuit was filed to replace paperless voting machines. There was also a law passed last year requiring all Indiana counties to move to paper trail voting systems by the year 2030. IU's Public Policy Institute says the best things that counties can do right now is to inspect the machines before and after the election.
Well, Vice President Mike Pence and Second Lady Karen Pence have announced they're going to travel to Indianapolis on Friday to cast their ballots early. Details about the visit have not been released, but the White House says it's going to be a quick trip for the Pences as they return to Washington, D.C. that evening.
Our Democracy 2020 coverage continues right now. A big night in politics as the vice presidential debates between the candidates occurs this evening in Salt Lake City. WRTV's political insiders, the Democrat Kip Tu and Republican Joey Fox, weigh in on the debate.
Will this debate have significance?
I can't imagine that it's going to have a huge swing. I think they need to come out. They need to represent the number ones on their ticket, and they need to go back to campaigning, getting their bases out to vote.
So vice presidential debates really don't end up having that much effect on the race. It could be different this year based upon what might happen and based upon what might happen to the president and his illness.
Joey Fox, does VP Pence have the edge here? He's been here before. He had a debate against Tim Kaine in the last cycle.
The problem here for the Democratic Party is that there's already a narrative that's kind of well established that the Vice President Biden is not necessarily going to be the one running his government, that you're going to have a group of further left people, including Senator Harris, really kind of pulling the proverbial strings in government. And so that's a lot of what people are going to watch for, certainly from the right.
It's a silly argument to make. I think Mike Pence does come in with the advantage in this debate. And the biggest reason for the advantage is to be charitable. This administration has a casual relationship with the truth. And it's always easier to debate when you don't have any parameters on what you're going to say that may or may not be truthful, and the ability to fact check these people because they're lying so frequently and so often, it's difficult to even keep up.
We'll see what happens. Our political insiders, thank you so much. And our Democracy 2020 coverage continues right now on WRTV.com.
Raphael, thank you. And now to the latest on COVID-19. Indiana is seeing an increase in deaths from people with the virus. The State Department of Health reports 32 deaths across our state. That's the highest number of new COVID-19 deaths since June 6th, when the state confirmed 32 deaths. A total of 3,484 Hoosiers have died since the pandemic began. 990 new cases of the virus were also confirmed. Nearly 127,000 total cases have been reported in the state so far.
Good things are happening in Anderson. A program helping moms in Madison County is growing. Mommy Movement Incorporated is a nonprofit agency in Anderson that's dedicated to supporting women in a variety of ways, especially during this pandemic. Marcia Thompson started the organization last year after seeing a need in the community. Resources include a food pantry, clothing closet, and job assistance. Thompson says she knows what it's like to be a struggling single mom.
Single mother myself. My children's father died when my son was 1.5 years old. So, at that point, it was very hard. You didn't know How do you continue on with life with no father for your children, no matter the situation that you are in?
Marcia Thompson, another hometown hero. She hopes to open an emergency shelter in the future. For more information about the Mommy Movement Incorporated, go to our website, WRTV.com, and click on this story.
Well, a Central Indiana entrepreneur is taking her extreme crayon business to the next level. Coming up, I'm checking in with one of the Hoosiers we met at the Shark Tank open casting call.
I'm looking forward to that. And tourists stranded as Hurricane Delta makes landfall in Cancun, Mexico. The latest on Delta and when it's likely to hit parts of the U.S. But first, let's check on your local forecast with our very own Kyle Mounts. Good morning, Kyle.
And good morning to you. It is 6:11 here on your Wednesday morning, halfway through the week, and some great weather to go along with it. Lots of sunshine today. Those temperatures into the lower 80s. Not much of an October feel out there. And tonight, we'll have those clear skies, some nice viewing for the International Space Station that happens a little before 8 o'clock tonight. Stay with us. We got more coming your way here on Good Morning Indiana.
I am a farm boy from Fillmore, Indiana.
Okay.
And Fillmore, Indiana is west of Indianapolis, about 45 minutes. I attribute just about all of my success to actually what I learned on the family farm and mentors. Hard work, value of a dollar, and responsibility. It's applicable to anything you do in life.
Well, a Putnam County man is not only a serial entrepreneur, but now an author. Mark Tim's first book, Mentor to Millions, just hit store shelves. It's all about the secrets to success in business. And he says that secret is having a mentor to guide you and then becoming a mentor to someone else in return. He wrote his book with one of the most famous sharks in the history of the show Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington.
Kevin is the original shark. He was the first one selected on Shark Tank. And Kevin found himself in a spot where he wanted to help more people than he could even invest in. And so when he left, he started down this path of mentorship and legacy. So the undercurrent of the book is not just business success, it's relationships and beyond, because we believe that the most valuable business you'll ever own, ever operate, ever even get the chance to be a part of is the one you're going home to, not the one you go to every day.
You can find the book, Mentor to Millions, everywhere books are bought. And for more resources on having a mentor and being a mentor, you can visit hiringhoosiers.com and just click on this story.
And Lauren, speaking of Shark Tank, you may remember the Shark Tank casting call. It was a huge success at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. On that day, we saw tons of great products and just great Hoosiers with their very best. Among them, one McCordsville woman, she really stood out.
Yeah, it was a really fun day out there, Raphael. And while she can't tell us any additional details from her time with Shark Tank just yet, she is up for another big opportunity.
Okay. Welcome to Art to the Extreme. Come on into my crayon studio.
Nicole Lewis is a McCordsville mom and color connoisseur.
I am known for the original rainbow crayon.
With roots in the classroom.
I was a teacher for about 10 years. I had several students with special needs that could not hold a standard crayon, so we decided to melt down their nubs and stubs because if anyone's been to a kindergarten class, there are crayons everywhere.
A craft project admittedly a little messy on her first go-round, but she perfected the process.
So right now I am pouring melted crayon wax into some of the molds that I've designed.
The project became a hobby.
And one shape turned into 5 and then 10
and then a hobby turned into a household business.
Now 680 different shapes.
Drawing up a business, Art to the Extreme, one of the original Etsy shops.
I specialize in customized and personalized crayon design. It's great for hands both young and old because it's not going to roll off the table. It's not going to break when you drop it.
A sought-after gift for the young and young at heart.
And you know, everybody can be an artist.
Many tapping into their inner Picasso as we stay safe and stay home. The past few months have been the busiest, filling orders for Nicole and her husband.
There were so many orders coming and we didn't know what to do. Luckily, we had prepared knowing that Easter was coming up and we had bought a lot of stock and boxes and things ahead of time.
And in the past month, Nicole checked off another box as a business owner, moving out of her shop in her basement into a studio in Noblesville.
So this is our new space, and this is where our laser is going to go that just came in.
And she's hoping another opportunity will help them streamline their processes to keep up with demand. Art to the Extreme is the only maker in Indiana to be a finalist in the Etsy Design Awards. Out of 100 finalists worldwide, there are only 10 in her category for kids' toys. Art to the Extreme could win $15,000 with your help.
To vote for us, all you need to do is go to the picture of our original Rainbow Crayon personalized set that says Nora and Reagan and tap on the heart.
So we posted a link to the voting site on our website, hiringhoosiers.com. Nicole tells me she also has plans in 2021 to get a warehouse with employees. So we'll be sure to keep you updated on those opportunities. All right, let's get a look at our forecast on this Wednesday. Kyle, it's going to be a sunny, nice day here for the fall.
Yeah, if maybe the kids are going to be drawing a picture of today's weather, you're going to want to include a lot of blue sky, big sunshine out there, and maybe somebody wearing shorts because temperatures are going to be approaching 80 degrees this afternoon. Not too bad out there this morning. We're a little cooler around Richmond and Greenfield in the lower 50s, but you're close to 60 degrees in Bloomington and 57 right now in Thorntown. Look at these temperatures with the sunshine and a southwest breeze. We're into the middle 60s. By 10 a.m., your lunch hour looking great there at 72. As we go into the afternoon hours, there are those highs, upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. Feeling very comfortable here as we work our way through October. It was a little chilly earlier in the week, but not this afternoon. 83 for you in Bloomington, 80 in Muncie, and 80 degrees in Richmond. The record high for today is in the lower 90s, so that one's going to be safe, but still warm nonetheless. Here's that southwest breeze, occasionally gusting between 20 and 25 miles per hour for us. As we go through the day, we will actually start to see those winds coming out of the north and northwest because a cold front's going to move through. There's just no moisture in the atmosphere for it to work with. We've been so dry. There's not going to be any showers here, just kind of a wind shift for us, but still breezy. Those winds gusting around 10 to 15 miles per hour. It does bring in slightly cooler temperatures tomorrow, but above average still. We'll start off in the upper 40s, make it into the middle 70s for that afternoon high, and we're going to keep the sunshine going. They would like to have some sunshine down across the Yucatan Peninsula. That's where Hurricane Delta is moving through tonight or this morning and going to be moving into the Gulf of Mexico, eventually coming up into portions of the Mid-South, possibly far enough that we could see some rain from it. Isolated showers here as we go into Saturday, but Sunday it does bring in the northern edge of that system, the remnants of it, with some rainfall here across central Indiana. And right now you can see one of the models anyway from about a tenth to a half an inch of rain, but look at how quickly that drops off. So the track's going to be very important on whether or not we get much rain out of this system. More on that to come. 7-day planning forecast, though, staying mild through the end of the week. 80 degrees for us on Friday. We go into the upcoming weekend. A little cooler there with those showers on Sunday, but we'll keep those highs in the 70s into early next week. Lauren?
All right, Kyle, let's take a look at traffic right now as you're heading out to work or school early this morning. Here's a look on the east side, I-465 near Brookville Road, where traffic is traveling up to speed. Northbound and southbound there on your interstate. Traffic is picking up, as you can see by the on-ramp there as well. No crashes or delays around the metro area to slow you down at this hour.
Right now, tourists in Cancun, Mexico, trapped as Hurricane Delta makes landfall. At the same time, the governors in Alabama and Louisiana have declared states of emergency in preparation of that storm. The Category 4 storm now projected to hit the Gulf Coast Friday night into Saturday. The storm is the second strongest of the year in the Atlantic Basin at 145 miles per hour. That wind speed is just behind Hurricane Laura, which also hit the Gulf states.
Some changes are being made for this year's long-awaited Amazon Prime Day. Coming up, a look at the deals you can score ahead of the holidays so you don't waste your money. We'll be right back. The time right now is 6:25. Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. Raphael, let's chat about what's trending at 6.
So, you know, I buy those scratch-off tickets, you know, and
okay.
I think I probably won as much as maybe $2 in my entire lifetime. So,
right.
You know, I try to strike it rich, but it's just not happening. But listen, can't hate this guy. A lucky 7 paid off in scratch-off For one man in Virginia, Alfonso Griffin has a set of numbers that he likes to play in the Virginia Lottery Cash 5 game. And now he's getting a big check after he made all 5. He matched all 5. But the story does not end there. You see, Lauren, Griffin bought 7 tickets with the same 5 lucky numbers. The top prize, by the way, $100,000. Meaning, right? He won $700,000 on those 5 lucky numbers. I'm calling Alfonso this morning and say, hey, brother, help me out.
Remember me? Yeah. I respect people who have their lucky numbers and they stick to them. So that's pretty funny. Okay, so while...
play responsibly, right, Lauren?
Right,
play responsibly.
Play responsibly. Well, while you're waiting in line at the polls, you may be able to score some free food. Can't beat that. Uber Eats is teaming up with Pizza to the polls to deploy over 180 food trucks across 25 cities. They'll deliver free food at voting locations from October 24th through Election Day. Another initiative, Feed the Polls, is also giving workers free meals on Election Day. The group hopes to distribute 50,000 meals November 3rd. So if you have to go during your lunch hour, hopefully they can help you out.
Yeah, and with those long lines, a little food, makes things much easier, right? Standing in line, little snack, nothing wrong with that. Congratulations on this Wednesday to Jamie Smith. Jamie is today's hometown hero, and she was recently honored for service and leadership by the Kiwanis Club of Indianapolis. She was named the 2020 Kiwanian of the Year, thanks to her and all of you who are making a positive impact every day in our state. We are thankful. Now let's check with our Kyle Mounts. We are thankful, Kyle, for your forecast on this Wednesday.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for us here for the middle of the week and even beyond here. We had some chilly air as we started off the week, but things have really turned the corner now. 81 degrees with sunshine this afternoon. There's that average high in the upper 60s. Will be a little breezy as we go through the day, but that's bringing in all this warm air. The red representing the above average temperatures here. And you look as we go through time, even into the weekend, we're expecting those numbers to be on the mild side for us. We go into early next week and we trend a little closer to that average in the upper 60s. But as we look toward the middle and beyond of the month here, it looks like we'll get a little closer to that average as the above average air, the warmer air, starts to shift off to the east. Lauren?
All right, Kyle. Well, one of the many events postponed by the pandemic this year was Amazon Prime Day, but it's coming next week. And so working for you, our John Matarese shows us why you may not want to ignore it so you don't waste your money.
Amazon Prime Day is almost here, but with the big sale falling in October instead of July this year, it really makes sense to think of this as your early Black Friday. Prime Day is normally 2 days of crazy deals in July, but pandemic shortages forced Amazon to postpone it to Tuesday, October 13th and Wednesday, October 14th. DealNews.com's Julie Ramhold says smart shoppers won't wait for Black Friday to do their shopping this year.
I would advise people to make it a holiday shopping event if they're not already, especially given that we've seen shipping delays all year.
Julie expects big markdowns on all Amazon-related items, such as Alexa devices, Ring doorbells and cameras, Fire Sticks, Kindles, Amazon Basics merchandise, plus lots of electronics and kitchen items. It should be more holiday-themed and less of a summer yard sale this year. But from the Doesn't That Stink file, the downside of holiday shopping in October instead of on Black Friday. It can be tough choosing gifts so far in advance. Plus, you don't get to touch and see everything in person. But during this crazy pandemic year, when stores will be closed on Thanksgiving, shopping early is probably a good idea. With continued product shortages and shipping delays, ordering holiday gifts in October this year really makes sense. So just don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese. Good morning, Indiana.
From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
Right now, do you recognize this woman? She's topping our 6:30 news feed on this Wednesday. Police say she attacked workers at an Eastside McDonald's over an incorrect drive-through order. This happened back on August the 6th after the woman came inside the store and started throwing things at employees. If you have any information about this situation, you're being asked to call Metro Police.
An autopsy is scheduled for today after a plane crashes in Posey County. Police say the ultralight plane crashed just before 9 on Tuesday near Mount Vernon. The victims are identified as 75-year-old William Rowland of California and 57-year-old Michael Schlittman of Colorado. The FAA and the NTSB are helping with this investigation.
Will long lines greet early voters for a second day? Another big question. Marion County election officials say more than 1,200 voters waited in line on Tuesday. That record number led to lines stretching more than 2 blocks at some point. If your Wednesday plans include voting, officials ask that you please be patient. We'll have more on the pandemic precautions being taken at the polls in just a few moments. Welcome to Good Morning Indiana on this Wednesday. And we love Indiana, Lauren, right? Because the weather can change like that, right? Monday, a frost advisory. Today, we'll be basking in some nice warm weather.
Yeah, we're going to get close to 80, so you just never know what the Indiana weather's going to throw at you. And that's why we love it, Kyle, because we could have nice days like today in the middle of October.
Yeah, it keeps you guessing, doesn't it? And it makes you have that wardrobe out from spring and fall, kind of all mix it together here. The jacket and the shorts all in 1 week. This morning, you might want to have that jacket, but you can probably get away without it here. We've got temperatures mid to upper 50s, 54 degrees in Indy, 59 in Bloomington, and 58 in Lafayette. A little bit of a southwest breeze out there. No threat of rain. There's some rain up in Michigan. That will stay off to our north. And look at how quiet it is as we look back into the central portion of the country. We check out your forecast, and those temperatures are going to be warming up here. We'll get to the lower 70s with sunshine at noon, close to 80 degrees this afternoon. And we're going to keep those clear skies into tonight. That is great for viewing of the International Space Station. Happens at 7:48 this evening. Low on the northwest horizon will last about 6 minutes before it drops in the southeastern sky. Lauren?
All right, Kyle, let's take a look at traffic as you're heading out the door right now, heading to work. This is south of the downtown area, I-65 here in Keystone Avenue, site of that ongoing bridge construction where we have a major traffic shift there. In the southbound lanes, the exit and entrance ramps remain open to and from Keystone Avenue, so that's good news. And also you can see traffic through here is traveling about up to speed. Just keep your eyes on the roads as you're heading out the door this morning. Raphael?
The time now is 6:32, and state health officials report a spike in the number of coronavirus deaths. 30 additional Hoosiers have died with COVID-19. Now, that's the highest number of new COVID-19 deaths since June the 6th, when the state reported 32 deaths. So far, 3,484 Hoosiers have died with COVID-19. State health officials also confirm 990 new cases of COVID on Tuesday. That brings the total number of confirmed coronavirus cases to 126,946. We expect an update from state health officials later this afternoon. We're also keeping a close eye on the state's hospital resources as flu season, as you know, gets underway. Health officials have voiced concern over a possible twindemic with influenza cases and COVID-19 hitting at the same time. Right now, we remain in good shape with more than 80% of ventilators right now available. Just 3.5% are in use by COVID patients. Around 36% of the state's ICU beds remain available. Just under 15% are being used by COVID patients around Indiana.
And with the ongoing pandemic, Raphael, this morning, Marion County leaders are calling on you to take steps to protect your health. And so WRTV's own Kelsey Anderson is joining us live this morning with where you can get a flu shot today. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. So health officials are urging you to roll your sleeves up and get that flu shot this year, now more than ever. So today here at Old Bethel United Methodist Church, the Marion County Health Department is hosting a flu clinic in hopes of keeping everyone healthy and hospital beds empty. So today, again, the clinic is at the Old Bethel Church. It goes from 9 to noon, and flu shots are through the health department are just $20. Children younger than 2 years old can get vaccinated for free, and Medicare and Medicaid are accepted. Now, health experts say getting a flu vaccine is even more important this year to help avoid the possibility of hospitals getting overwhelmed with flu and COVID-19 patients.
So understand the double whammy. We will see with both the flu and COVID-19 if we are not able to address this now.
Now, this clinic is available on a walk-in basis, but of course you must maintain social distancing and face coverings are required. Of course, they also are asking you to wear loose-fitting clothing. That way you can easily roll up your sleeve to get that flu shot in a quicker fashion. Now, if you can't make it today, there are 2 more flu clinics happening this month, one on October 18th, the other on October 22nd. For more information on those 2 dates, head over to WRTV.com. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you. Early voting, as you know, is underway in our state. And when you head out to the polls, you'll see plenty of safety measures in place. We went inside the City County building in downtown Indianapolis to show you what's being done to keep you safe and the workers safe. There are clear dividers between the poll workers and you, the voter. The poll workers go around and wipe off voting machines after every use. Every voter must wear a mask. However, when you are in line, there are no markers showing where you need to stand. So it's up to you and the people around you to make sure that there is social distancing in that line. If you can't vote in person and need to take part in absentee voting by mail, you should file an application for a ballot immediately. The deadline to turn in your ballot application is coming up really fast. That deadline is October the 22nd. Your mail-in ballot must be postmarked on or before Election Day, which is, of course, November the 3rd, for that ballot to be counted. We have your complete voting guide on our website right now, and that includes all of the dates and rules that you need to know. That's all at WRTV.com/vote in 2020.
A new video shows the moment a Conroe police officer shoots and kills a suspect. This morning, Y officials say the officer was cleared in that case.
But Lauren, first, a 12-year-old hooked on going fast in just 2 minutes. How Crooks nearly put the brakes on his season and why he needs your help this morning. You're watching WRTV on this Wednesday morning, October the 7th.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. A budding teenage racer is heartbroken after his fast car was stolen from the championship event at the Indianapolis Speedrome. Raphael.
And Lauren, this morning, Carson Smith just wants his racing machine. He wants it back.
We're last time by. Here comes Smith now. Brings up high side. 41 Summers down low. Smith up high.
Carson Smith is the one to watch, driving the number 11 junior fast car. After exploring multiple sports, the 12-year-old is hooked on speed and the roar of the engines. This is his sport.
I like it because it's a lot of fun, meet friends, and you learn. That's kind of why I like it.
This past Saturday, the 7th grader was ready to wrap up his season, but someone stole his custom vehicle, his trailer, and his dream to compete.
I'm really sad.
I mean, it's never okay to take from anybody, but taking away from a 12-year-old boy and like his dream, and it makes you sick. It makes you sad.
While his fast cart remains missing, he was able to save his season with some big help. Fellow driver, 11-year-old Madison Pointer, allowed Carson to use her vehicle so that he would not lose his points for the year. Carson drove Madison's number 14 and ended the season in the top 10.
I just want my car back. That's the only thing I want back. I don't care if we don't get anything back. I just want that car back.
A big thank you to Madison for being a great sport. Carson himself, he loves racing. In fact, his stepdad works for a NASCAR pit crew right now. But if you have any information about the whereabouts of that number 11 cart, you're being asked to call your local police department or get in contact with Greenwood Police.
He's got a gun.
Okay, Sam.
Emergency number 911.
Carmel police have released 911 recordings and this body camera footage. It shows when one of their police officers shot and killed a suspect. This happened back on July 27th in Carmel's Spring Creek neighborhood. WRTV investigates Kara Kenny explains why the department says that officer was cleared in this case. And we do want to warn you, some of this audio and video may be disturbing.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
On July 27th, Carmel police received a 911 call from a woman who said her daughter's boyfriend, Julio Varula, was suicidal and armed with a gun. Varula shot the woman, who survived. Varula also shot his girlfriend, Taylor Cox, who died.
Your mom called the cops. I told her not to.
Carmel police arrived and started searching for Varula. Another caller tells police where the suspect is and that he's still armed.
He's behind the trees and he ran from the house. Here he is. He's coming. He's down at the lake behind the tree. He's putting a gun in his pocket. Or in his pants.
Carmel police officer Shane Van Adder began to chase the suspect. Carmel police say Varula pointed a gun at the officer. Carmel police released his body camera footage, but it was knocked upside down by his gun and then knocked off altogether during the chase. Carmel police provided the footage and an illustration of the officer's movements. Officers found a loaded handgun at the scene and the suspect declared dead. Officer Shane Van Adder was cleared in both a criminal and internal investigation. Working for you, Kara Kenny, WRTV.
Kara, thank you. And WRTV Investigates is asking more questions about the Carmel Police Department's body camera system, including the brand and the type of body cameras they were using, the one that fell off during this chase. The agency says it's looking into a more robust mounting system.
A local school hoping to add a few more engineers to their campus. Coming up, the big announcement making it all possible. Our Kyle Mounds is engineering a great bus stop forecast. Kyle, it's going to be so good, I may just stand outside with those kids.
All right, and we will follow you to school, Raphael. We got temperatures in the middle 50s this morning with mostly clear skies, sunshine, temperatures in the upper 70s as they get ready to head home on this Wednesday. We hope you're having a great start to your day, and thank you for spending part of it with us. We'll be right back here on Good Morning Indiana.
We're covering education this morning. Marian University on the northwest side of Indianapolis will be getting its own engineering school. The school will have its own building on campus and offer degrees in a number of subject areas like electrical, computer, mechanical, and chemical engineering. Marian currently has a co-degree program with Purdue University. Marian says it will continue its program with Purdue for students wanting to major in a specialty engineering program. The new engineering school will start enrolling students in 2022.
The strengthening Hurricane Delta already making the impacts felt in Mexico. Tourists in Cancun are being evacuated ahead of that storm. Back here in the U.S., residents in Louisiana are in the cone of concern. The state leaders there and the residents who were impacted by Hurricane Laura just weeks ago are already preparing. Schools are closed. Stores are making non-perishable foods a priority, and the floodgates are being shut. The state's governor encouraging residents to have multiple plans of action. You can stay tuned to Good Morning America and for a live report from Mexico at the top of the hour. Back here at home, Kyle, we have a pretty quiet, beautiful day here across central Indiana.
Yeah, you know, Lauren, we've had what will make today 50 days where we've had less than 1/10 of an inch of rain fall in Indianapolis. So it has been a very dry and quiet stretch of weather for us. And temperatures this morning starting off not bad here in the 50s. We're at 52 in Shelbyville, 54 downtown, and you got 58 in Kokomo and Muncie. Winds out of the southwest, not too bad. A little breezy in Kokomo right now at 14 miles per hour. But that's keeping those temperatures on the mild side. It will be a little breezy today. We'll have those winds gusting between 20 and 25 miles per hour as we get into the early afternoon. They'll start to taper off later on today as those winds then turn out of the north as we'll have a cold front moving through. A lot of times with the frontal system, we do have the chance of precipitation. We do not have that today. In fact, we're going to keep a lot of sunshine going with those temperatures in the lower 70s for your lunch hour and around 80 degrees for the afternoon. High, unseasonably mild. Keep in mind our average high is in the upper 60s. 83 this afternoon for you, though, in the Bloomington area, 80 in Muncie. So if you do take the jacket along this morning, you are not going to need it this afternoon. There you can see where that front's going to be moving through a little earlier in the day. Peru at 77, temperatures still above average. Tomorrow, a little bit cooler behind that front. Still a lot of sunshine here and temperatures in the upper 40s to start off tomorrow. So you probably want the jacket there. We're in the mid 60s at lunchtime and 74 for the afternoon high. All right, so here's the latest on Delta, and you can see it's now got winds of 110 miles per hour. Makes it a very strong Category 2, almost a Category 3 hurricane. And then you can see it may strengthen some more as it approaches the Louisiana coastline. Then as we go into the weekend, the remnants of it will move across portions of Tennessee and Kentucky, and we may get on the northern edge of that, bringing us our next chance for some rain. This is TrueCast. By 9 o'clock Saturday night, you can see we've got clouds across the area, but the rainfall, that starts to move in as we go through the middle of the day on Sunday and into the evening. But a track shift here could certainly change exactly how much rain we're going to see. We'll keep tabs on it for you. 7-day planning forecast now. We'll keep the warmth going. 80 degrees on Friday. We're in the lower to middle 70s for highs this weekend with that chance of showers lingering into Monday. And we'll keep a high of 74 degrees. Lauren has a tab on your morning traffic.
All right, Kyle, and here's a look right now out in Greenfield. Good morning to you. Traveling through Hancock County on Interstate 70. Just be aware we do have some slowdowns for some road maintenance. We've had ongoing work here in the morning hours, and just be aware of some road construction in the right lane as you're traveling westbound between State Road 9 and Mount Comfort Road, and also in the left lane as you're traveling eastbound in that same spot. You can see some flashing lights off in a distance there. It looks like traffic is still moving, but you can see the orange cones in the road, so just be aware of that and plan ahead if this is part of your commute. Raphael?
Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris will debate later tonight. You can watch the vice presidential debate live right here on WRTV starting at 9 o'clock.
But first, could the voting machines in your own county be putting your ballot at risk? That, plus the rest of the day's top stories still ahead right here on Good Morning Indiana. Stick around. Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. Take a look at traffic over here in the Plainfield area, I-70 at State Road 267. We do have heavier traffic at this hour due to a crash that we're monitoring, a vehicle fire on Ronald Reagan Parkway North near Stafford Road. It says as that's backing up traffic to I-70, and it's creating delays of up to 5 minutes. So just be aware of that as you're traveling through that area at this hour. But here on your Wednesday, Raphael, it is 6:55. Want to take a look at the stories you need to know before kicking off your workday.
Lauren, let's begin in Madison County, where an Anderson police officer accused of using improper force has been cleared and is now returning to work. The Board of Public Safety in Anderson has cleared Officer Brandon Reynolds of any wrongdoing. The board ruled that Reynolds did not violate the police department's code of conduct and did not use improper force during that arrest back in June. The other officer on the scene was already cleared in the investigation.
Indiana's reliance on older voting machines could mean a security risk this election. The IU Public Policy Institute says 52 of Indiana's 92 counties use direct recording electronic voting machines. The machines do not include a verified paper trail for votes. Complaints in other states allege machines switched or deleted votes. After a federal lawsuit in 2019, Indiana was put on the path to paper trail voting systems by 2030.
Vice President Mike Pence and Second Lady Karen Pence will be in Indianapolis on Friday. The couple will be casting their early ballots. The White House says it will be a quick trip for the Pences as they will then return to D.C. that evening.
Halloween season kicks off at the Indianapolis Zoo later today. Zoo Boo will include games, rides, trick-or-treating, animal demonstrations, and more. While most activities are family-friendly, there's a new trick-or-treat trail featuring adult beverage sampling. And a great day to head out to the Indianapolis Zoo. That sounds like a lot of fun, Kyle.
Yeah, and you know, Raphael?
I'm just happy about the beverages.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead,
all right.
Like,
Yeah, let's go. All right. If you're going to be heading out to Zubu or anywhere across central Indiana, a great outdoor day here. Lots of sunshine. Those temperatures getting into the lower 70s here at noon. We'll be around 80 degrees for that afternoon high. So feeling good, and we're going to be keeping the warmth around right through the upcoming weekend. We're talking about those highs above average, which is in the upper 60s. So what does that really mean? Let's check out that 7-day forecast for you now. 81 today, 74 tomorrow, so just a little bit cooler. We're back to 80 though to end the week, and those temperatures looking good for the weekend.
All right, Kyle, thanks, and thank you for joining us. We're back here in 25 minutes and all throughout Good Morning America. Have a great one.